hang on. Derby games, predicting derby games, really great vehicle for great football chat, bit of fun, bit of banter, everything that the podcast is about. And then Flav poops all over derby games with this.
I don't think I did.
Well, I'm pretty sure you did.
Palace
Chelsea is a London derby. What are you doing? Have we met? How long have we been friends? I don't think you understand the ramifications of your actions here. I don't think you understand what you're doing.
Not doing it!
Slug life. Slug life.
Hold on.
Slug life. Slug. Oh.
Yeah. Cool.
Word of warning though. If before lockdown, if you were a small, just try a couple of shirts before you got it again, because it's a little bit tight. Small.
What size did you...
I just get a small. Go, yeah, small. I'm always a small, and it's a little bit tight. I'll be honest.
It is a little bit tight. I got a large. I got a large, and it fits fine because I am a large. You got to remember, like, you're getting to the age where you start filling out a little bit now, Jim. You're going to go to a medium, and then the worst part will be you're 5'6" and then be extra large when you're like 65.
Just like a marble, which was my nickname at school. So it all works out. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to James and Flav. For now, we have merch, which is great. The patrons have already put their orders in. Someone has bought a tan one. Shame on them. One of this in the colour tan. What are you thinking? Who knows? Anyway. But yeah, Slug Life is there. Are we giving this out to the dry slugs now? I think we. It's time, isn't it? Yeah. So links in the description. More importantly, Who Knows Wins is back, and even more importantly, Jim's Big Laugh Award is back as well. And I'm going to go straight to it because we have finally become... I think we've finally found... With all the in-jokes, we found our meme. This is it. This is the meme. What have you... And we're going to get straight into the derby games because we need to have words, Flav, about that. But West Ham versus Leicester is the manager critiqued as he ain't won nothing yet, derby. But this picture is absolutely fantastic. Woo! He's ready to pounce, isn't he? You ain't all the world's good, yeah. He's he's one of the best players in the Premier League, but he ain't.
Do you think I was happy to be in that video?
He ain't. 1-0. No, I know you weren't.
How long ago was that? That would have been 6-7 years ago.
There's a lot of pictures of you as a young man doing the rounds at the moment, but I just love that we've got it's what we needed. Robbie had to be involved in it for it to become a meme because he's him and his big dubs have been doing the rounds for a while. It sounds weird, but now I feel like it's come together. As soon as you want to say, what have you won? We've now got our visual representation of it.
Well done, Ed Jones.
Well done, Ed Jones.
What is the game, though? West Ham versus Leicester.
West Ham versus
Can you believe how good West Ham have been this year? Like, it's
crazy, isn't it?
It's great. Like, hats off to David Moyes. Like, you can't... It's ridiculous. Like, they could easily finish in the top 4 this season.
Oh, they'll finish top 4. They won't.
You think they will? No, I don't think they will.
No, I don't think they will. Declan Rice is out now.
Look, if
that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
They beat Leicester at the weekend. You have to take them seriously. You have to.
Well, that's it. I mean, this week, and actually, believe it or not, trigger warning. If you don't like football chat, this podcast might actually have some football chat because I had a look at the games, and this weekend is big for like in terms of teams being able to like not bottle it, keep it together, and get to where they want to be. The games are absolutely massive this week, and of course I put my tweet out. Not everyone got it, did they, Flav? Not everyone understood what Derby Games is. Do you know what I mean? Oh, we got a podcast here. Oh, Derby Games, that's a good bit. We've been doing that the whole season. Oh, hang on a minute. Now, fantastic brands like Who Knows Wins, who are sponsoring today's podcast. Thank you so much for sponsoring us today, guys. They go, hang on, Derby Games, predicting Derby Games. Really great vehicle for great football chat, bit of fun, bit of banter, everything that the podcast is about. And then Flav poops all over Derby Games with this.
I don't think I did.
Well, I'm pretty sure you did. Because I put out the Derby game tweet and you've posted this. Palace Chelsea is a London derby. What are you doing? Have we met? How long have we been friends? I don't think you understand the ramifications of your actions here. I don't think you understand what you're doing.
Unfortunately for you, and everybody in the chat and everybody, I'm bigger than this.
Less of that. Chat's gone mad. Patrons are going mad. Ban him. Less of that.
This can't touch me. I cannot be impacted by this. Like, what do you want me to try and go away, Jim?
I don't know. But this is the moment, isn't it? This is the school teacher, and the kids just realised I can't hit them. This is it. This is the moment.
The other thing is, to be fair, if you look at the like ratio to your original post,
this is the can of worms that you've opened. That's what you don't understand what you've done here, okay? Because really exciting times for the podcast. Do you know what I mean? Like, Who Knows Wins is supporting us. They're getting behind us. We're back again this week, by the way. Which I'll tell you all the details on that in just a second. We've got a new league this week. And actually, do you know what just to say, actually, because it fits in with the meme, do you know what the best thing about Who Knows Wins is? So anyone who hasn't checked out Who Knows Wins, actually, let's do it now. Who Knows Wins is an app where basically you can take on your mates. And we did it last week. It was wicked last week. We had 96 people taking part, which is class. And the pot was like 192 quid, which is decent.
Yeah, so you had like 6 games that we had to predict. So you have to pick win, lose or draw, whoever's going to, which teams you fancy. Mm-hmm. And whoever gets the most right at the end, out of all of your mates, wins the pot.
And the mistake, and now what I've actually done, I've taken it up a notch, first of all, is it is now called the Jaffin Ultimate Slug League, officially. Yeah. So if you want to be the Ultimate Slug, then this is the league for you.
Not just about money, it's about glory.
Exactly. Link is in the description. Come and get involved. Gamble responsibly, of course. I think we've got to say that. But although this is only £2, though. This is just £2.
Yeah, it's £2 to enter. It all goes towards the pot, and then it's shared between first, second, and third, I think.
Yeah.
And can I just say, last week I won. So all this nonsense about I don't know footballers. Oh, sorry, I don't know Solly Marches, who plays for Brighton in midfield or wherever he played. Oh, sorry, but who's top of the league? When Robbie asks me what have I won next time, it will be the Jaffin Ultimate Slug League.
Well, you haven't won. You tied first, weren't you?
I've won. What does it say next to my name? First.
Yeah, with 20 other people.
First, Jim.
Right. Well, what we're going to do this week, we've got 10 games. We've got QPR's game, which is against Sheffield Wednesday. And then we've got every Premier League game on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. To give you guys a bit more time, we're not doing the Friday game. But support the podcast and get involved. There's a wicked little chat there as well. There's also an ongoing league table, which we're going to have, because I'm going to just keep recreating the same league. And what was the other thing I wanted to say with this?
Look at the ongoing... first.
Oh, yeah.
First.
And the best thing about it is that at the end of the game week, you'll get a notification. And do you know what the notification said, Flav? No, it said, what have you won? It said, I can't believe it. It came down. What have you won? I was like, are you trolling me? And then, because I hadn't won anything, I finished 23rd.
Yeah, you hadn't won anything. Can I just say a quick shout out for people last year? Adam Brown, not good enough. Another Jim, not good enough. Ben SW, not good enough. Conrad, not good enough. Not good enough. Evan Gray, not good enough. Not good. You all know less. Jimmy Allcott, not good enough. let's just have a look. Congratulations, Adam Lewis, on sharing the prize with me in second. I'm first, though.
I wonder as well. I think
week.
what we'll do,
right,
what we should do is if you win, if someone wins outright. So as you see last week, there was like one or two. There's 20 people that got the same because we should have done more games, and that's what we're doing this week. If there's one outright winner, then we'll buy you a Slug Life shirt or a Slug Life like one bit of merch, and if whoever finishes rock bottom, we'll get you a mug as well because that's tough.
If you finish last, but there'll probably be several people because that's just me getting the first result wrong. But we'll get you a mug.
Yeah.
If you are a mug, if you go out first, you're a mug.
I know. I mean, dangerously, people might be attempting to finish last now. But anyway, like we said last week, 96 of you guys got involved, which is amazing. We've got 250 patrons at the moment, which is ridiculous. 251. So if you are a patron, get involved, become the ultimate slug, and join us over the next couple of weeks whilst we're playing Who Knows Wins. Wins. Link is in the description. Get involved. Let's get back to the derby games. My Jim Big Laugh Award has been given to Ed Jones for his great work on the Robbie meme that we've had. And actually, it's 10:16 as we're recording the podcast now. At 10:30, Flav, I've got a little surprise for you. The gaffer of Aunt Bessie's, Tom Whitby, will be on the line. Excited, talking about this week's game. We'll dive into that soon. But let's get back to the derby games. Do the signal, please, Flav. Yeah. Oh, little one. Tiny.
Like a marble.
All right. What, me or the signal? The actually, final thing on you. Palace Chelsea is a London derby game. What I'm worried about now is the fact that that's got 123 likes. So there's people who are okay with that kind of behaviour. And what's going to happen now is, and I was thinking, should you say this? You're going to act like you're rattled. It's not actually. It's too far. This community's too quick. I know this community's too quick. So this is going to go too far. Because I could go, guys, don't. If you say anything on it, it's over. It's already over because you've done that. So now, when I put out the derby tweet, people are just going to tell me the derby games.
Stop talking, Jim. You're burying.
But it's too late. That's what I'm saying. It's over.
Everyone likes a bad boy, Jim. No one likes everyone likes the bloke who bucks the trend. Sexy. It's very sexy.
Especially nice curtains, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you ever do that sometimes?
Where's that personal attack come from?
What is
no one's had a haircut. No one's had a haircut. What do you want me to do? Unhaircut my haircut?
Don't know, guy. It's unnerving. Put the Alice band back in or something because
Look, on Monday when all this shit is over with and I can get a fucking haircut, I will.
Andrew Snicker says, honestly, Jim, don't worry about it. I'm telling you now, this isn't a rattling. This is an understanding of the ecosystem that we've created. The tweet will go out next week. There will be a few people that do it, right? There'll be a load of people that just say the derby games. And do you know what happens at the end of it? Do you know what happens at the end of it, mate? I've got to think of other content to fill the running order.
I think you're
overestimating.
I think you're overestimating my influence, mate. Don't worry about it. The more you talk about it, the more bigger problem it comes to. You know how the game works.
I'm trying to hurry it up, right? Because I know how this works. This is like the Bull Street office. There's a tipping point, right? We're all just constantly on the tightrope. And if one gets pushed too far the other way, then I don't know, there's a bad analogy. Something bounces back and just whacks back the other way. Anything that tips too far one way turns the other way. So next week, get it out of your system. Do your derby games, do the jokes, and then let's get back to the high quality stuff that allows me to not do as much work. All right?
I didn't mean any of this, Jim. It's just you can't
think about this stuff.
You can't tame it. You can't tame it.
Very difficult.
You can't tame it.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Ben Spanton Walker, of course. Derby games sponsored by Ben Spanton Walker. Let's see how long we can keep derby because I like derby games.
I like derby games.
Well,
just carry on with it.
I think there's a petulance in this. That's this tweet. I really want to dive into this tweet. There's petulance in this. There's something like I'm not sure if I'm bored of derby games yet or not. So I'm going to put this out there and get some attention. Something is not right here. You need to go away, stare at that tweet, and think about yourself. And think about. Oh, he's gone. No, the camera's just gone. Typical. You need to think about your actions. Think about your tweets.
Fucking hell. This cameraman, I'm going to throw it against a wall.
Will he return?
I will return. You can hear me. I'm here.
I know. It's been a bad week for Flav. Well, yeah, we'll talk about Spurs in a second. Don't worry. Yeah, look, oh, Catherine. Wow. You want to read that out, Flav? What Catherine's just said?
Flav just wants the like.
Oh, I know it hurts. I know it hurts. I know it hurt a little bit. I know it hurt a little bit.
It doesn't hurt. I've got...
No, that stung a little bit. That stung a little bit. That's everything you're against. That's everything you're against.
I can't help it if my posts are popular. It's not like that's, that's.
What's the truth? Oh, you go. Look, we'll move on now, Vlad. But I want you to come back next week and tell me the truth. Okay? Maybe you need a bit of distance from this tweet. I need to know the truth.
I'm just.
Take a week. Take a week. Honestly, I don't want to hear any more from you about this because I think I want to hear actual truth from you instead of guff. All right. Ben Spencer Walker, of course, sponsors it, but for how long? Because there's another bit of shade coming Flaps way. Although Ben, I thought, was a Spurs fan. Maybe he's not. Spurs versus Man United. Our fans seem incapable of being level-headed despite the league table not looking too bad. Derby. We can have a look at the derby. So Spurs Man United, big game of the weekend. And actually, looking at the table, let's have a look at the table. It's mad, really. It's so finely poised because you've got Leicester City playing West Ham this week, Man United in second playing 6th place Spurs.
Yeah.
And he's right, isn't he? The amount of turmoil that seems to have been around Spurs.
100% right. Look, it's we've done 2 podcasts on Spurs this week, Fighting Cock and Behind the Paywall, and vast amounts of conversation has been about how fans have reacted and what is it about. You look at the league table this year. There's 3 clubs that probably haven't had a little mini crisis at some stage in the season, and that would be Leicester, West Ham, and Man City. Their fans are pretty happy. Everybody else has considered sacking their manager at one point.
That's a good point. Yeah, who's not considered sacking the manager this season? Out of 20, before just at a glance, what would you guess? How many would you guess that haven't? There hasn't been at least the question of like, is it time for him to go? I reckon it's probably about. I would say it's probably not as bad as you think. 8.
Dean Smith he's had a free ride.
Guardiola, there was a moment, wasn't there? Solskjaer, start of the season, there was a moment. Brendan Rodgers, no.
No, safe.
Moyes, no.
Safe. They've lost their manager.
They've lost their manager, so that's how many. That's 3. Tottenham, Mourinho, yes. Klopp.
100%. Yeah, well, there will not really, but in terms of where they are, like that's horrendous that they're in 7th currently, right? But it's safe based on everything that's gone before. Like they've won the Champions League and the league, so if anyone wanted him gone now, they fucking need their heads fixed in.
Ancelotti, no. Dean Smith, no. Arteta, yes. Bielsa, no. Yeah. Roy Hodgson, no. Hasenhüttl, maybe?
The thing with Hasenhüttl, they've beat 9-0 on 2 separate occasions. The thing with Palace is Hodgson's just so inoffensive that no one really notices him managing. The fans are like, who's our manager again? Oh, yeah.
It's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's been talk about... so Eddie Howe is stalling on a deal with Celtic to become a Celtic manager.
What is he waiting? Who's he waiting for? Palace?
Well, that's it. That's it.
What club is Eddie Howe waiting for?
Yes, that's it. Let us know in the chat. I think he's definitely waiting on Palace because they're slowly like bringing in these like, sort of proper ballers. Like, you want to play the ball, pass the ball. All the 35-year-old centre backs are running out their contract. I mean, it's dangerous. You're gonna have to make a lot of changes, but Crystal Palace is there waiting for him, isn't it?
It's Palace or Southampton. Palace, Southampton, or Wolves. Any one of those 3.
Well, yeah, Wolves. I think Wolves are one of those as well, where the Wolves fans, less so the media, but Wolves fans are kind of a little bit sick of your boy.
Not my
Santo.
boy anymore. I wouldn't want him.
You loved
There
him,
wasn't
mate.
period.
You spent 3 years saying you wanted him.
Yeah, but they're really boring this year.
They were boring. They've been boring every year, mate. Anyway,
Okay,
6. That's 6.
Maybe
Burnley,
it's
Dyche.
Portuguese, and I just thought, yeah.
Dyche, there was talk about him leaving, less so him getting sacked. Potter, maybe. Bruce, definitely. Parker, probably. West Brom lost a manager, and so did Sheffield United. 11. There's been 11 existential crises this season.
Burnley a weird one, isn't it? Because Dyche is like, look, they're there again, aren't they? They're 33. They're just above. They survived. They'll be comfortable, but it's just another. They're in the room, but they're not. It's like they're. Imagine an orgy. Imagine the Premier League was an orgy, right? And it's going off everywhere. But Burnley are just at the edges of the room, looking on, wanking, but not actually getting involved.
Yeah, but sometimes trying to get involved, but every time they even take one step towards the orgy,
No.
Literally the
Not
whole.
you.
Imagine a packed orgy, and there's this one little space in the corner, which is Burnley, and Burnley take one step towards it, and the whole orgy and the music, because I imagine there's music, I don't know, it just goes. What are you doing? Whoa!
Oh. Not you, ginger nuts. And he's just Burnley are completely naked, just furiously masturbating at the room.
I don't think they are though. I think they're not. Do you know that's what happened to Stoke City? They were furiously masturbating.
Yeah, they were.
And then they like I don't know. They melted. Whereas Burnley, I think Burnley just sort of like Burnley just fiddling with it and still pretty just happy to be in the room.
What, do you reckon they've got their flaccid set, sort of somewhere between flaccid and semi, and just sort of flicking it, going, "Come on, do something."
Yeah, I've been here there for quite a while. They're just like, wow, like watching the orgy, just going, "Wow, I can't believe we're here." It's
great to be in the room.
It's just like good, right? And then it's like, oh, do you know what? It'd be great, just sort of quiet word. It'd be great to get involved in the orgy at some stage. And they gave him they went, come on then. He's gone again. For the novelty of it all, your camera's gone again.
It's just got to be in the room.
Your camera's gone again.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm clearly acutely aware of that.
You need a new, what do you need? A new wire?
So I contacted Canon, and would you believe, out of all the shit I've had, this is a faulty unit again. I have to send it back.
You are kidding me.
I'm not kidding. I am not kidding.
That's hilarious.
Is it?
You're going to be like, this is unacceptable. I was mid-analogy, fantastic analogy about orgies in Burnley, and the camera goes. It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like, anyone works for Canon in the comments, fuck you.
Yeah, banned. Send him a camera.
Out. I don't want another camera. Go to Sony. Use Sony.
That's very good. Rob Taylor said, Burnley look over at West Brom and just nod as they are both tugging.
Very good.
Oh dear. But that's what I think it is. Yeah, I don't think Burnley aren't, because like Stoke's problem was like they bought some sexy lingerie, Mark Hughes, and we're like, no, guys, can I be a part of this? And they were like, not sure what's underneath that sexy lingerie, and then they just crashed and burned. Which Burnley is still kind of.
They bought their sexual lingerie from George. That was the problem.
Yeah.
George Bayazda.
Oh yeah. I feel like we've done that analogy. So, Man United Spurs. I feel like the reason this is a big game is obviously because it's you two. But you've got a massive week, haven't you? Because you've got Everton after this one. And I feel like if you can win those two, you've got a real chance. But if Man United can beat you this week, and Leicester, like let's say Leicester West Ham draw, I think regardless, to be honest, certainly Champions League, which I think they would have been fine with regardless. But if Man United win this one, they're there pretty much. There.
The mood. I'll tell you, the mood around Tottenham now is I would say largely turned against Jose Mourinho. which, given the fact you're 2 points off top 4, is, in my eyes, a bit ridiculous. And just wait until the end of the season. But there are some Spurs fans out there that were just like, I don't care, just want him gone.
Really?
It's like it's the same. It's everything that we were warned about. And from my perspective is I don't mind him. I quite like him. I know he's a bit of a dick. He's a little bit of an arsehole and he's problematic. But I still kind of like him.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And well, it'll be a far less interesting place, the Premier League, once he goes. And we to get a bit more out of him, we need him to succeed at Spurs. We need some Spurs glue, really, because if you think of like the talking points that he brings, like it was quiet when he wasn't around. So really, everyone needs to maybe we need to offer some Spurs glue between now and the end of the season, get the boys into the Champions League, just to shut everyone up. It's good. It's good banter.
The problem Spurs have got, I'm happy to do that. We can do Spurs glue, 100%. But the problem we've got, Jim, is if we play the defence he played against Newcastle, there's zero. It doesn't matter. We could be in the Champions League spots and we wouldn't qualify. Sanchez, Tanganga, Rodon, and Reguilon is too inexperienced for the Premier League. So Sanchez is nowhere near good enough. Tanganga isn't a right back, and Rodon's played 6 games at Spurs. So he needs to, whatever the issues are with Alderweireld, Dyer, Aurier, he needs to get them back on board because it's important that they play. If we start playing our first choice back line, then we're in a good position, and I feel like we will qualify for the Champions League. Ideally, then, to placate everybody, if we get rid of Jose Mourinho at the end of the season, which I don't think we would if we finish in the top 4, you'd keep him. Probably get sacked early next season. The problem is if someone like Brendan Rodgers or Nagelsmann is available and are willing to come to Tottenham, do you wait and risk it on Jose staying for another year? Because you know this story. You know how it goes, don't you, Jim? You know that he gets sacked in October next year.
Yeah, I think that is the thing. And I think that's the insight that we're happy to offer up that other people aren't going to offer up. He goes in November. We've seen it so many times.
If we can create a who knows wins sack race, if people aren't putting either Steve Bruce or Jose Mourinho to go in October next year, if they survive, then everyone knows. It's one of the things you know in football. In the same way that I knew that Newcastle were going to equalise because of the way the game is going, I know that he will lose his job next year if he's in November, October. See, it happens every year. Someone goes, someone big.
Yeah.
And it's better, I think, to be proactive in that instance. If you feel like this is going to happen, there's a chance it's going to happen. You've got to sense the dressing room as well, and it feels like there may be issues in the Tottenham dressing room.
So has he? Yeah, because with the back 4 being very different. And sorry, I've just got to say this because this chat is making me laugh, and it's so weird. It's unbelievable. First of all, I think Andreas said, who's a Spurs fan, he said, "I just want him gone now." Kieran Taylor said, I don't want him gone. I just don't want him at Spurs. And then we were talking about Tottenham glue, and then someone said Tottenham hot glue. Kieran Taylor, which was good. I like that. Yeah. Tottenham hot glue. We can have that. And then it went. Sam Hansen went, I like hot glue. Sam Hansen, fresh from the glue gun. Kieran Taylor went, hot glue smells very nice. What?
Good.
It's weird.
If anyone wants to know what this is about, you've become a Patreon. You can watch us record this live and get involved in the chat. And chat along with
I just found that weird. He likes to. So Kieran, just to be clear, Kieran likes to smell a hot glue. So with the back 4,
Kieran's the kind of guy who just whacks on copy decks before he knocks one out.
I don't know what copy decks is.
You don't know what copy decks is?
What's that?
It's the glue you put. You don't have to put it on your hand. You put it on paper and it sticks things together. As a brush. Red top, brush. You brush it onto your hands and you can peel it off.
Oh, yeah. Well, at school you used to have it.
Exactly.
Okay, fine. With the back 4, the fact that he's changed that so much, have you heard anything? Have there been rumblings about what's happened? So what has happened between?
Don't know.
Mourinho?
Don't know. Not specifics. Just there are issues. Aurier storming out against Dart. It was an A game, but then played afterwards. Issues with Alderweireld apparently. and he's persisting with Sanchez, and Sanchez is nowhere near good enough. So there must be an issue if he's picking Sanchez each week. It's not good enough. That was the worst defensive display I've seen since Fazio played against Arsenal 7 years ago. It was awful. His head went. Within 5 minutes, his head was completely gone. You know, when the centre-back is just pumping the ball forward aimlessly, just get it away.
Get it away from me, yeah.
Get the ball away from me. And he wasn't saved by Jose Mourinho, which was really frustrating because he could have been. Because we had Dyer on the bench. Despite being 2 points away from top four, there feels like there are issues at the club. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. So what you're saying that because like we were saying earlier, what happens here is a lot of the storylines get created that then people in the media, understandably, you're constantly going to like, what's the extreme here? Like, could they win it? Where do they rank? Is he going to go? It's those three things. So if a manager struggles this year, and actually, to be fair, I think last year we would have said Solskjaer was the one that would go. Yeah. And so he's done very well actually to hang in there. Really, I think he actually deserves quite a lot of credit. But the obvious thing, and we've seen it in the past, was Leicester and Ranieri, because once you've won it all, what's the opposite? What's the next storyline? It's the getting relegated and all that stuff. So Mourinho, if he has a bad start, which is quite possible because it feels like there's so many, that squad that you've got right now, like if everyone at their best, that's a squad that you could be quite excited about. But that hasn't happened often enough. And you've got Mourinho saying the players aren't good enough. And so you get to the summer. How many changes are there going to be this summer?
I mean, if he stays and gets backed, which I can't see happening because, there's not a lot of money flying around, is there? Because of the coronavirus. It may mean that you can pick up players on the cheap. But if he needs two centre-backs. And I think it depends. Like, I think a more forward-thinking, attacking manager like Brendan Rodgers would probably get more goals out of that team than Mourinho has. And it's not just like he's had these big results, hasn't he? 6-1, 5-2 against Southampton, but we don't play attacking football despite scoring significant amount of goals this season, something like 107. But my point is that consistently attack-minded side would make Spurs look more dangerous, and someone like Brendan Rodgers could do that. So a forward line doesn't really need refreshing. If Bale goes, we need someone to replace him. Bergwijn isn't good enough to be that guy all season. So it's about the defensive aspect of it. And some might argue that Mourinho had to play the way he has played at times this season to protect what would be otherwise a porous defence. But essentially, if you're saying Dyer, Alderweireld, Sanchez, if you could upgrade on all of those, you would. And I feel bad saying that about Alderweireld because he's been one of our very best defenders in the Premier League era. It's just he's starting to wane a little bit.
He's starting to creak. A bit like Vertonghen did last year.
Yeah, and probably not as severely as Vertonghen. Vertonghen's legs just absolutely went. But yeah, you can start to see it. And he's got, 18 months left on his contract, Alderweireld. It probably will be sold this summer if someone will take him. And I'm sure someone like Ajax, or you could go back to Belgium, there's tons of teams that he could still do a job in the lower half of the Premier League if he wanted to. So there'll be takers for him. But
yeah, I doubt he'll want to.
Doing something or winning things, then...
Okay. Tom Whitby, by the way, who's the gaffer of Aunt Bessie's. I don't know if he's in the chat here, but if he is, he's got a break from his work, and I was like, I'll come in then. We'll have a chat with you. So Tom, how are you finding? How was the first game back? We saw some of the tweets. I know you were sort of staying on top of it. I thought it was fantastic. I could actually show. The first question, I think it's the most important question, is that we're all concerned with Tim, who did pull up.
Yeah.
How is he getting on after everything at the weekend?
It was just a precaution. He'll be there Sunday.
What absolute relief.
Yeah.
Because for those of you, for people who don't know Tom, huge game back in the league. I can show people the league now actually. And you were Where were you? We're like joint fifth because the league's a bit weird.
Joint fifth, yeah. There's no fourth place for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay, but you leapfrogged up into second place in the league with an emphatic victory. The pressure was on against JD and Coke. How did the game go?
It was great. He had a few ringers in from the start, which, we thought, ooh, what's going on here?
Naughty.
But yeah, they were a team of individuals, and teamwork was the winner at the end of the day.
Teamwork did make the dream work on this occasion.
Yeah.
A 6-0 victory for you guys, which is huge, and gets the goal difference up, which has been a concern, hasn't it?
Yeah, that was, like I said to you, this is the game I targeted to, get it up. And when I saw the ringers, I thought, oh dear, I might have got this very wrong. But
did you? Because you're thinking, were you thinking about the Rafa Flav?
Well, yeah, I thought, there's going to be some pressure on me here if I messed up badly.
Yeah, because you've hyped this up for 3 weeks. Better not lose to JD and Coke.
But they were kicking off. They all had like bright yellow boots on, and I thought, oh no, they're going to be absolutely rapid. But they couldn't get past 66.
I take it all our best is pretty much all got black boots, haven't you, boys?
Yeah, except for Tim, number 66, who does have white boots.
Understandably.
Well, he deserved it. He is a cut above. I was really unhappy that he got injured. It's a shame to see. There he is, very red. How long was he running around for?
Say again, sorry.
How long was he running around for?
Oh, we got a good solid 20 minutes in. I think that was just because we did like 20-minute stints because there was so many of us.
The games are like 40 minutes, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's a lot, isn't it? That's a lot.
It is quite big for a six-a-side, yeah.
Is the picture? Is the picture? Can you go back to the picture, please, Jim?
Yep.
66. There we go. Lovely.
Tim.
Tim. No, 66 is his name. All right. Tim.
Humans, not numbers.
Yeah. Look at that. That Christmas ham. What a wonderful sight. I bet he puts his foot right.
There's been a few screenshots of his face, I'm not going to lie.
Christmas ham? I think he's talking about his thighs, aren't you?
Yeah, that could feed half a country.
Absolute cannons they are.
Are they? Does he put? I bet he gets his foot behind it.
Yeah, but he's got a right little knuckle puck, hasn't he? But little rifle.
You can't get the ball off him when it's at his feet.
Yeah. Do you like the sliders? Everyone's got sliders as well. Very, very cool.
That's actually the first time I turned up for him sliders because I thought we're going to get stuck in quickly, get the boots on. I need to get as much practice as I can, so we'll just flip straight off.
Nice, gangster move. I like it.
When do you play International?
Oh, I think it's a couple of weeks. We've got FC Romania this Sunday,
are the fixtures this week, Gaffer. Absolutely fascinating. Because the one that I'm, first of all, for you, our best is FC Romania, like you just said, which is another team that you think you got a good chance against. Should be beating them, right?
Yeah, I think it was quite close last time the game we had, but I think we definitely won. But it was they gave us a run for our money, but I think that was quite a long time ago. So I think that was before lockdown because I don't think we played them in the little gap we had.
How was the fitness after the JD and Coke game? Was it tough?
Surprisingly, it was good. Yeah, I thought I was gonna come off like crawling off. I thought all the lads were, but except for 66, looking like he's absolutely done for. They were all great. I could have done another 40.
Do you know why, Whitby? Desire.
That's it. The amount of passion that was on the pitch. It was good to be back.
Final thing for me, I've got to say, I'll be keeping a close eye on JD and Coke again as they take on Internazionale, who, of course, we hate because their name is well boring.
They're tryhards, aren't they?
They are tryhards.
But they've got full-on coats with like training tops with Internazionale on the back.
No!
Yeah.
We're a six-a-side league.
They take team pictures every
what?
every season.
Really? Oh, fucking hate them.
That is absolute scum. Scum!
The last time we played and we beat them, they were the last team we played before the first lockdown. I think we beat them 4-1.
Wankers.
Yeah, Flav. Can we go to Flav there to get your thoughts on that? That's
wankers to a man. Seriously, mate. What? I mean, no disrespect to the standard of the league you're playing in. I probably couldn't cope in it. Definitely couldn't cope. But when you said they have a team photo, do you have 3 of them kneeling and 4 of them behind?
Oh, full on ball in the middle.
Oh my good God!
Four in the middle.
No one's
I
smiling.
think it's about 10
Do
of
they
them,
have a manager barking orders at the side?
Yeah, they've like like a water tray thing. I don't know what to call it, a carrier. And
What? So they can run off and keep liquidated?
Yeah,
Not liquidated.
hydrated.
Hydrated. Liquidated
Cheers,
would mean just. Mate, that's probably. I mean, look, if they're having fun, it's fine. They're having fun. They're getting something from it. It's a break
I
from
don't think they are though. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's just making them angry.
It's a break from the never-ending existentialism that is about being alive. I get it, but you have to destroy them. You have to go through them.
Oh yeah.
You got to leave them on the floor.
The concern is, can you catch them?
Of course we can.
I mean, this honestly, like in terms of storylines, I just think we're look, first of all, I think Internazionale, because they're tryhards, I'm wary about this game because I reckon they might score quite a few goals. It could be carnage, isn't it? I'm intrigued to see how many goals are in that game.
It might not make for a pretty scene.
You've got how many games before the season ends?
I'm not 100% sure. I think we've still got to play everyone once.
So 18 games, maybe.
Yeah.
So that'd be five more.
What they got? You know what the boys have got? You know what the Aunt Bessie boys have got now? They got us, right? Not just me, you, and Jim. You got the fans. You got 500 people that are waiting. So if that isn't all the inspiration that you need to give you that extra 10% that you didn't have before, this isn't about you lot anymore. It's about you're playing for us. Right?
Yeah, we're just pawns in all this, are you?
Yeah, you're just
You're just filling air for us. that's not true.
You're like you're just objects for us to enjoy at the moment. Right?
Well, 66 certainly is.
I don't think I thought I'd say this, but it's an honour to be a subject.
So yeah,
an object.
So I think you just got to do your job, haven't you? That's your job. Just do your job. And then watch Internazionale crumble. Have Internazionale. Could you just do a bit of digging for us? Find out if they've got a Twitter account.
I don't think they know what Twitter is. I'm not gonna lie. But
okay. All right, too focused on the football.
I'll have a quick word with the manager. That's it. No time for Twitter.
Because that would be funny if they fancied playing the villain in this. This would be great fun. All right, Whitby, mate. Thank you for bringing us the gift that is Aunt Bessie's YBAFC.
Thank you for all the support. We still can't really believe it. Before I messaged you, we had 64 followers who were all like friends and family, and out of nowhere, I feel like I should be in the Prem.
It's kicking off. It's good.
Yeah, look, it's all well and good, but this support doesn't come for free. Keep winning. No. Otherwise,
it's a results business, isn't it? What's the point of having all these followers if you can't win?
Look, and we will turn. We can turn, and we will.
Right. You've seen it. So
at the end of the day, I'm just as much of a fan of this club as you are, and I want what's best for the club.
Yeah, but that won't save you.
So I'll turn on myself.
That won't save you. That won't save you. If you don't win, that won't save you. Don't make us turn on you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Best of luck, Wibby. All right, mate. Up the Bessies.
I'll see you later.
Up the Bessies.
Up the Bessies, mate. Good man. Love it. Great stuff, mate. Tom Whitby, the gaffer of Aunt Bessie's YBAFC.
I'm not sure he 100% believes that we will turn.
I think
if he doesn't get the job done, we will.
We will. A lot of football chat today. Unbelievable. Let's run through these other derby games. AK the producer. Man United versus Spurs is the Jim's sub count derby. If you combine the average attendance of last season, you get Jim's sub count almost exactly. Amazing. Don White. West Brom versus Southampton is the Danny Rose would be brilliant for us, but he's still checking on that call from Milan.
Have you seen the size of Danny Rose? It's almost like a statement. He's like making a point. I'm going to get as big as I can.
What, hench or fat?
No, not hench. I'm going to get as big as I can, just so that even if you desperately need me, I wouldn't be able to physically do it.
Really? I mean, this is terrible then, I'm searching this. Where have you spotted this then? Or is he not just doing his... He's just got a big beard, that's all.
Past it. Click on it then.
What, this one?
Anyone?
Oh. Is he... I hope he's all right.
What do you mean, all right?
Well, he might be... He looks slightly dishevelled, doesn't he?
Okay, let's move on then, just in case.
Just in case. Michael Davies. This isn't that good a derby game, but I just wanted to highlight. So I know Michael. Me and Michael have been friends since we were at school, and Michael Davies is the kind of. So first of all, I'll just give you. It's a fine derby game. Sheffield United, the Blades versus Arsenal, the Gunners. 14th versus 15th century war weapon of choice derby, which is fine. It's good. It's fine. But what I just wanted to. I wondered if this. This doesn't need to be a bit. It might be just for next week. But Michael, his nickname amongst me and my friends is Vapor D, right? Because when we were at school, what?
Was he an MC or something?
Well, exactly. So at school, he wasn't an MC, and he didn't have Dex, but he had the nickname Deckless D and Vapor D because he had a hard shot in football. So He would vaporise people, and obviously Davies is his surname. Well, I just wondered if everyone back when I was at school, people would have they had their own tag, or they had an MC name, or they had a DJ name, or things like that. I just wanted to put it out there. I don't know if anyone had a cool name, because in hindsight, Vapor, as I still call him, that's a good name. Vapor D, it's solid.
He's still called Vapor.
I call him Vapor D. Yeah, it's still call him Vapor D. It's great. And I just love to. I think we could enjoy something with this, school nicknames that you just loved. I just loved it. Love good nicknames.
Marble.
Well, it was briefly. Well, when you go to at the end of school, you go on a holiday to Malia or wherever it was. We went to Malia, and you all get shirts, and you've got to have something on the back.
Oh, did you do that?
Yeah, and
what was on the back of yours then?
Well, I didn't really have a nickname, so they just
Shagger.
put yeah.
Marble.
Sex object. No, it said it was I didn't really have a nickname, so they just put Marble on the back because I was as high as I was wide. And I'm now slowly reverting back to that, apparently. So yeah,
I never had one. There weren't any nicknames in my school.
You've never had a nickname. You've never had a nickname.
No, I mean, I guess I had long blonde hair, so people would call me Mophead and stuff like that. But that's not
never. So you never had a nickname.
It wasn't there wasn't a nickname. There were no nicknames in my school. It was almost I can't describe how horrible and rough my school was.
All right.
But the idea of having a nickname was almost too affectionate. So everyone was it was weird.
Right.
It was a weird place. Okay. No, unfortunately not.
What does everyone call you?
Flav.
Yeah.
Not at school though.
It's a nickname though, isn't it? So everyone at school called you Gareth, did they? When did people start calling you Flav?
Well, my mum did when I was a kid, but I never called Flav at school. Never.
Oh right. Well, everyone called you Gary.
Well, my fam. All right, fuck it, Flav then. Yeah, that's Flav. Yeah. But it wasn't what you were saying. It's not like
it wasn't a DJ name, was it? It wasn't. Yeah, I know what you mean. It was just a short one. But I mean, the fact that you lived your life called Flav, I just thought it was worth highlighting. Slug life.
It's my name. It's not a nickname.
That's your name.
Marble. It's my name.
Oh God, actually, by the way. Oh, actually, let's get through stuff again. Because the Rory stuff's getting out of hand as well. I'll have to show you some clips in a minute. West Ham versus Leicester is so are our managers good? Maybe, but they're known for being slightly fraudulent. But I think they're pretty good, right? Derby. Man City versus Leeds.
Everybody rates Brendan Rodgers' work. They have to. He hasn't been anywhere that hasn't done really well at that.
Yeah.
Where has he performed less well than you expected? He's overperformed everywhere. He overperformed at Liverpool. He overperformed at Celtic because he did treble, and he's got Leicester back to where they were.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Do you know what's a problem with football though now is everything is any conversation there's this new but then someone just puts the bar there just above it. They go, no, Brendan Rodgers is fantastic. He's improved every single club he's played for, and he's won the treble. I think he nearly won the treble. He did a treble double at Celtic, right. So he's also won trophies as well. Yes, but has he won? The World Cup. No,
has he won the Premier League? Well, look, it's really fucking difficult to win the Premier League. Really hard.
Yeah.
Has he improved every team he's gone to? The answer is yes. That's all you need.
That's all you need. I agree. Backer in it. Man City versus Leeds is the that's proper dutty. Turn that up, mate. Honestly, I just quite enjoyed that one. If you think of like if a football game is a song and you've got the players coming out of the tunnel, and then the first whistle of the kickoff is then the drop. Man City Leeds is that's a heavy drop, isn't it?
Man City's fans
gonna kick off.
So no, I wouldn't agree.
It's gonna be a good game, don't you think?
Man City's fans are a bit of a myth, aren't they?
Man City what?
Man City's fans are a bit of a myth.
No, not the fans. I mean like the style of football. They're just gonna crash into each other, aren't they?
They're going to get annihilated, Leeds. Absolutely and utterly annihilated. But good attitude.
But what a manager. What a great guy.
What a manager.
Do you know what I quite like as well? Normally we don't have this, but I will completely allow it.
Go through this entire week. Do you think we'll be able to go through this entire week without mentioning how much Pep loves Bielsa? Do you reckon that, is there any chance we can go through this week without mentioning it?
Do you know what Pep's doing now, which I think is genius? He's got the other side of being baited now, and so what he does with his answers, you'll notice this. He literally just says the most obvious things. Like it's like. So he'll go, the game was played. It was, it's a bit like Sol Campbell with a Spanish accent. He's gone down that road where he's going, with the game played and we went 1-0 up and then we were drawing 1-1, of course. And they've asked him this really tense, highly charged question, and he goes, well, the game was played and both teams had 11 men on the pitch.
He's just sussed it out.
He's just sussed it out, and we won the game, and now we'll have to play another game. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's good. Because he probably doesn't want to do it. I don't think any manager wants to do all that press conference. They're just obligated, aren't they, by Sky to do it, to get sound bites. Mm-hmm. But I'd absolutely hate it. I used to like what Alex Ferguson did. She said, fucking, you do it. The assistant, just send the assistant and I'm not doing it. I like this one from Jay. I know we've... there's two J's. But the Man City Leeds is the Rocky Balboa derby. Leeds will get battered. The story will be all about them.
Yes, so true. And it will get... again, like using all these analogies, but it is... Leeds are like that, aren't they? They just keep getting... Dunna!
They will be for this season. But that narrative will change. They're the darlings of the Premier League at the moment, right? But that doesn't stay forever.
Yeah,
that doesn't stay forever.
And he's like, Bielsa's like, and if Ayling can press and Dallas can press, everybody can press. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be just like Rocky.
And the thing is like, if they go to the Etihad and they ship 5 or 6, it's not brave. It's stupid. If they go to the Etihad, play the way they do, and get a draw or lose narrowly, then I'll say, all right, that's brave. If they get pumped 6, it's not brave. It's stupid. That's a fair thing.
Yeah. You're looking slightly micro. You got to go macro.
No, I don't want to.
Because they'll then beat teams 3-0 with the exact same thing.
And we're not going to have the Leeds conversation again. I'm just saying, if we go into the Etihad, the most difficult game this season away from home, and you go there and just open up and play as expansive as you have been all season, then there's an element of stupidity there, because you will get done. They will do you. You know the result before it's even started, so you've done nothing to circumnavigate the inevitable. So it's stupid.
You're still living though, aren't you? Still fucking living it. I mean, it was just before we thought, do you know what, boys? This is going to be mental. Let's give it a go, shall we?
No, but what they should have gone, this is going to be mental. We're going to get done 6-0. People are still going to love us. Let's go!
Do you think there's anyone on that Leeds team who goes, can we just, is there any I'm just saying it might be. Bielsa just gives him a look going, what would you like to say? Nothing.
Yeah,
I just wonder if we sit back, we might have a better chance of getting a point out of this.
Yeah, because we know we can counter-attack. So if we just sit back a little bit... Sorry, what? No, I mean, it doesn't matter.
No. He's like that, wouldn't he? He'd be like that. No, go on. Go on. No, you seem to have more experience than me. Go on.
I just think Man City are very good, and if we just sit back a little bit, we might have a chance here. No.
Yeah. And then one person's brave enough and goes, "We are pressing a lot." Oh yeah. Oh right. Oh, okay. Anyone else? Right. Tyler Roberts is playing. Tyler Roberts, you're out. Yeah. At some point, they've got to break down, haven't they? They just have to implode or explode. Some sort of plode. Something has to happen.
I mean, there is this thing. It happened with Pochettino, and there's a thing called Bielsa burnout. This is a thing that's been discussed about his players before, but you haven't seen evidence of it at Leeds, I don't think, over the last 2 years. So maybe, I think the first season actually there was a little bit, weren't they? Towards the end of they fell apart a little bit. But,
I've been saying this on Twitch. I've got a new bottle, Flav.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's called Brentford. I've called it Brentford.
Oh.
4 draws on the spin. What are you doing?
I mean, they got, the thing is
what are they?
I don't accept that from a team that can't even get into a position to bottle it.
No. That's different wage budgets, different setups. You can't be. But I'll tell you what. When we had the wage budget, we got in the playoffs. What happened? We won it, didn't we? Let's have a look at just a quick look at the championship table. Because the last time we would have seen it, guys, on the pod, I presume Brentford were here in second place and looking to go above Norwich City. And look, they've only dropped down 1 place. Sounds fine, right? Wrong. Let's have a look at the form. Draw. Okay, they won 1 game. Big deal. But the points...
Is the last game on the right or the left?
I don't know. I think they drew. I thought they drew with Birmingham in the week.
Swansea. What's happened to them?
Yeah, Swansea fall like a stone as well. They're now 17 points off Norwich and 9 points. Game in hand, 9 points off Watford. They've bottled it. They've absolutely bottled it.
Can't be fucked with having Norwich and Watford back in the Premier League. So boring. Let's have Brentford. I could see. I'd have that. Barnsley. Not Reading, not Cardiff, not Bournemouth. You had your go, you weren't good enough. Millwall, yeah.
I don't think that works.
Luton, no, they've had their go. Luton.
So what, you had your go at the Champions League then?
No, I want us to be in everything because that's my club. But in my opinion of other clubs coming into my league is you've had your go, you weren't good enough, you're not allowed to come up again. QPR, potentially, you've had a couple of goes and you weren't good enough. I don't want you back in. It's just I want teams that I haven't played before. So I reckon Wickham,
Preston.
City, Bristol City, Preston, they
Luton.
should be allowed up. Luton should be allowed up.
But do you know what the problem is? So Preston and Luton, 2 teams haven't been up to the Prem. As soon as they go up, everyone goes, "Oh dear, oh no,
Well,
no, oh no." Luton, sorry, I didn't see the results. Who went up? Preston and Luton. Oh no. This is just bullshit snobbery.
James, just quickly on Norwich, right?
Yeah. 7-0
so
they won in the week.
I know. So that was funny. They had to sub their goalkeeper in. It's the Man United goalkeeper, Pereira. Huddersfield had to sub him in late in. Like I think their goalkeeper got injured in the warm up, and it said. So I for some reason I clicked on the Huddersfield post that this Pereira had been subbed in, and the Huddersfield Town fans were like, "That's it, we're done. This could be 5. This could be 6. Could be 5 or 6." Like this goalkeeper's so bad apparently. That
Really?
they had absolutely zero faith.
Isn't he on loan from Man United?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's on 20 grand a week as well.
Wow.
Pereira, yeah, and he's on loan, and like the reaction was just like, we're going to get done. Like, so we might as well not watch this. Norwich will put 5 past us, and I checked the result, and it was 7.
Wow.
They were right.
Pookie with the hat trick. Did your boy play? He did.
Oh,
Skip.
Did he?
Yeah, there's Pereira, 44.
Apparently
Dear.
played very well.
Oh dear.
Yes, apparently having a good season. What have you seen of Skip? Is he?
He's very good. He's very good. Will he? Is he Winks level? Like, is he like? I know you don't like Winks, but like, in terms of someone who's like a consistent Premier League player, he will be that. But then there's another jump to being good enough for a top 6 side with all the pressures that come with that. Like, Maitland-Niles, Willock, all those players are going to have really good Premier League careers, but people getting too gassed about them is dangerous.
You just knew when Willock came on against Newcastle that he was going to score, didn't you? Just knew it.
Yeah. That was you
So
can't.
just a question, sorry, about Norwich.
Sorry, yeah, go on.
You know, they had this process of not overexerting themselves in the Premier League,
Yeah.
almost conceding the league before they've even started. And now they must be in a really good position because they financially must be in a fantastic position. They haven't really lost anybody, have they? So
No.
I wonder if they'll speculate a little bit going up now.
Or you attempt to double down and try and keep these guys. I think what could be
Norwich fan, you don't want him to just go down again because they haven't spent. They've got to speculate a little bit.
or like,
Otherwise it's just-
but isn't the general idea is that they want to be like a top 26 team, so they're always in the playoffs or those automatic places, which they generally are, or or even better, being in the Premier League. So I think
the
the
fans
problem.
okay with that? A top 26 team.
I think if they're smart, they are. Like, I think thing is though, what you do is, especially with these young players, right? Like, say you go, they've lost Godfrey and they've made a lot of money off him. Who's the left back that went to Jamal?
Is he still there?
Jamal Lewis, was it? But Buendia, I think Buendia, there was a lot of. It'd be interesting to see if even if they're in the Prem, if they're able to keep a hold of him. And if that happens, if you lose him, then it might be a case where you need to do it. Skip might stay with them because, the next step for him is a lower Premier League team, like Conor Gallagher last year, where he did really well in the Championship. Then
People
how's
are
the team
looking forward
done
to him come back to top, and actually playing. They want to see him play.
I mean,
is Gallagher the guy who plays for
West Brom? Yeah.
He's mustard. He's really good.
He is good. He's really, really good. And yeah, Pookie as well. Like, Pookie did all right for a bit and then completely fell off a cliff in the Premier League. So it is always, that's what I mean in terms of, if you overextend yourself, then, I mean, Watford have been fine and been able to kind of grind out the results, but haven't actually played that brilliantly all season long. So it's just a precarious game to play if you go too heavy with it. But I think if you can have a position where you've got a squad where you are a top 26 team, that means that quite often you're going to be going up. And so almost like every second promotion, you could go for it, like you're saying. And you're still financially a lot more stable.
Yeah, I mean, I just think at some point they need to speculate a little bit. Like going down isn't fun. The whole season of being, in the bottom three and fighting relegation, knowing that last year was one of the most. Look, I understand them in a pragmatic sense, but no, football fans are not pragmatic, are they? I think.
Do you know what I think? Is that an excuse?
I don't think it's an excuse. I don't think it's an unrealistic thing for fans to think that they want to actually stay in the Premier League and see it ambition in the transfer market to give them the best chance of doing it. I don't think that's.
I get that, but I think it's to like if you just. I think we've just seen that if you just throw cash at it, it's dangerous. I also think there's such a. I know if guys who watch me on playing Football Manager love a loan. Like if you could use the loan market well, first of all you can get out of that division, and then second of all if you could do it really well. There are a lot of players that look at Fulham this year. The amount of good loans that they've been able to bring in with players that are young and hungry. Like that can be because what you're trying to do when you go up is just to get some kind of footing. Do you know what I mean? But people will get annoyed and bored with Palace and Stoke, like we were joking about earlier. But Palace have been in the Prem now after being a team that bounced up and down for a long time.
Yeah,
and they could Hodgson could go. You could bring in, say you get Howell, say you ever going, and they play better football, and it just goes horribly wrong, and then you're back in the Championship again. It's tough.
Yeah, of course. I get it. But Norwich are an equally big side as Wolves, Palace, Fulham, Brighton. There are precedents being set. It's not even a precedent. There are many examples of teams of Norwich's size getting into the Premier League and staying there.
Yeah.
And if you look at Wolves' recruitment especially has enabled them to do that.
They've got a lot more money, Wolves, though.
Yeah, I suppose they're owners, but they should have enough now to at least supplement some of the good players they've got. Maybe expend a little bit more on a striker. Maybe Pookie.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you.
If they come up and don't strengthen.
Yeah.
Then as a Norwich fan, I'd be a little bit miffed.
Yeah, I get that. That's fair.
All right.
Lots of football chat. Right, I'll run through this very quickly. Palace Chelsea is a slightly awkward get to despite being in London derby. It's true. Palace is a nightmare. Mal, what about the Aston Villa beat 7-2 with Van Dijk? Lol, derby. I just wanted to reiterate the fact that Van Dijk played in that game.
I know, mad, isn't it?
Alan Ewan's Burnley versus Newcastle is the last on match of the day derby.
100%.
That I just think the running order, that even if say that finished 4-3, you'd still have like the editors and producers of the show going, we can't put it last, can we? We have to put it first. There you go.
But
it's
then
Burnley.
we go, do we have to put it first? It is. I mean, yeah, but it's 7 goals in the game. Surely it's got to go near the top.
And it's like a group of 6. It's a group of 6 people, and there's one guy who just keeps going, but it's Burnley Newcastle. And no, I know that. I know you've said that 3 times now. But it was finished 4-3. It's a really good game, and Newcastle fighting for their lives here.
There were 2 sending offs. Surely, you know. But no.
But it's Burnley Newcastle.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right, yeah. Pop it down the bottom. Yeah, if it happens again next week, we'll do it. Well, they're not going to play. It's not going to be Burnley Newcastle, and he's already walked off. And Vizé, our boy Vizé. You've done videos with Vizé in the past, haven't you? Of course.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy. Very funny. Man. Very, very funny.
Very funny. Who could take the least touches?
It's unfortunate. It's Burnley, isn't it? He's done amazing for the fact that he follows Burnley.
He's done so well. So well.
But that's the minutes. He's
talented. Can we believe it? We're getting to now. Right, end of football chat. Oh, thank goodness.
That was the most boring hour of my life.
Right, quotes of, and we've got fuck it. Let's just get with it. Quote of the pod. Astral sees the. This is Flav. This is you. Last week. If you haven't watched last week's pod, there's a fantastic section where we spoke about Premier League managers and how they made love. And we've got some post-coital. Is that how you say it?
That's right, post-coital, yeah.
Post-coital comments right after this. So stick around. And hit the like button as well whilst you're there, guys. Because I noticed with the pod, likes are low. It's just a shame.
It takes 2 seconds. You'll get your fucking shit for free.
Christ, just do it.
Like, oh, God, if I have to go like that. Think about all of the times you click the screen when watching porn.
Yeah.
For us.
Do people like? Who's doing that? Who's doing that?
Oh, but that's a good video. We'll like that video. Well done.
Yeah, people need to know this. Like, who is doing that?
Who's leaving comments? Who's leaving comments?
Yeah.
Like I think that there is a Twitter account called Pornhub Comments, and one of them was just good balls. Good balls. That was his comment. Just good balls. He's sort of sitting there. It's 2:30 on a Saturday night, chinned up to his eyeballs. He's watching things, going, "Do you know what? I've got to stop. I've just got to comment. Those are good balls."
Oh dear, that's so funny. I love that. I wonder if there is anyone who's unashamedly their hobby is, is porn. Like if you go like a wedding. So this is Jeff. This is my husband Jeff. Oh hi, hello Jeff. You right? You like football? No, I don't like football. Oh, okay. Well, what are you into then? Oh, I'm quite into porn. I like so like just sort of commenting and liking the vids and that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what's your favourite? Any question from that point? Any question, you're screwed, aren't you? What do you say after that?
I don't know. I'd love that guy. Let's go for a beer.
You would love you would. Do you know what you would say? Because that's so for me, I'm thinking, what's the next question for there? Because any road I'm going down here doesn't end well. It's messy, in fact. But you would go, I'd like to do a podcast with you. That's what you would say, isn't it?
Yeah. These are actual quotes from Pornhub.
Oh, you've got them up? Oh, Christ.
Yeah. Smoke B52 says, sucks knowing I'll never be able to have sex or be in a relationship because this looks fun.
Oh.
And this guy underneath, this guy's bisexual boy, 84 says, yo, my dude, I was doing the usual in here and actually logged in so I could comment on this. Don't let that kind of mind step stop you from being happy. I had a very rough patch in my life and truly believe that. However, I gave one girl a shot and we kept trying even after I pushed her away. And we're still dating to this day, 2 years later. Also, no, a relationship will not fix all the bad shit in your head and heart. But you and whoever you may be dating will work through them. 17 likes. So This is wonderful, wholesome stuff.
Yeah, you know, in any corner of filth, you can find some lovely stuff. So yeah, quotes of the week. Last week's Flav said this: "Seize the day. As long as everyone's involved, it's okay with it being seized." We're just so nervous, aren't we? We're just so nervous.
Always stay on the safe side.
Is everyone? Yeah, as long as everyone is consenting. Seize the day.
Right? Can we seize this day? Right, let's go.
All right, well, let's seize it. Okay, Archie Keane. That's the kind of thing like just a naff boss would say. Right, guys, let's seize the day. Is everyone ready to seize the day?
No.
Let's go. Archie Keane. That's a comment of the week. Jamie Conway. 1:18:18. James, the Prem's back. Flav, what's back? Jim, the Premier League. Flav, oh yeah, football podcast. Alec Harris. Along the same theme. This is a test. Jim, wait, I think we can all tell whether you're telling the truth or lying by how you answer this. Jim, okay, go on. What? When? Oh, right, well, go on. Wait, when? No, look at the camera. Let's see your face, please. When you use the toilet for a number 2 in your own house, do you leave the house door open? Do you leave the door open? No, I don't. That was good. I believe you. Thank you. Football podcast. And last quote of the pod from last week. Zach, James, with a hint of laughter. Flav, do you want to let them know what happened? Flav looking dejected. Chick's dead. Died. James smirking. Gone. James then makes a joke and laughs off that funny interaction as he moves on to the next quote whilst Flav forces a chuckle, still looking depressed. How have you recovered from that tough time?
Yep.
Good. Comments of the week. Archie Keane. 65 likes. Most likes. Make sure you're liking the quotes and comments that you enjoy the most. It makes my life a lot easier. And also, go subscribe to the Jaff and Clips channel, by the way. Rob Turner has put some... I was crying with laughter at some of the old clips that he's found. They're really, really funny. So go check them out. Archie Keane, my girlfriend was moaning that she had a busy week at work and had so much to do and was having to work in the evenings as well as her normal hours in the day. She didn't really appreciate my response of, but it's your job. And I like the comment underneath, the reply from James, which was, what's she ever won though? Which I think it's a fair point. But the comment of the week has to be this, because of the replies as well. Now on YouTube, sometimes you just get random comments from people that have no context and don't make any sense whatsoever. Is this one of those, or is this someone sort of trying to kind of reach out and make a change or something? I don't know. But I'm just going to read it, and then I'm going to read the replies, because I love the replies. Because as soon as I started reading it, I thought the replies are going to be great on this. Love Hearts, he's called it, or she, have called themselves. 23 subscribers. Go check them out if you want to. Capital letters. I'll tell you when the capital letters stop, okay? No one is promised tomorrow. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and the only name given by the one and only true God, where we can be saved. Capital letters stop. John 3:16. So, please make today the day of your salvation and ask Jesus to save you. Ask him to forgive you of your sins by the finished work he paid on the cross for you. And in that very moment, he will give you eternal life and write your name in the book of life as the angels in heaven rejoice. John 14:6. Jesus, he's got another quote here. Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but me. Revelation 20:15. And finally he wrote, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire.
Sounds horrible.
I don't know why they felt like this is the podcast for that comment. As soon as he started, I went, this is a mistake.
I thought it was a bot.
You thought it was a bot? I mean, maybe it is a bot.
No, it's not.
It's not, because the replies came through. Louis, James and Flav community page. says, was Jesus a moist slug? Fair question, I think, within the context of the
They didn't have
podcast.
Patreon back then, so
Yeah,
probably
that's
not.
true. Yeah, good point. Was Jesus a moist slug? Just a bit of fun, isn't it? Love Hearts replied, so he wasn't a bot. He went, every idle word is record for the day of judgment. So stop being foolish.
Well, that's Louis in hell then.
Yep.
You're in hell, Louis.
Love Hearts.
And you can't be moist slug in hell. You dry up.
Yeah.
You shriveled little thing.
Love Hearts is a little bit rattled there, though, I would say.
Rattled.
Every idle word is record for the day of judgment. So stop being foolish. Take my comment seriously. James Simonson said, what was Jesus' living room like? Ethan Shrapnel, less of that. Harry Gibbs Peters, who hasn't replied about getting the gravy and talking about, because he was going to write a song, wasn't he? Jesus was good, but was he good? I mean, all fair replies. But I mean, just be careful if you are looking to spout religious stuff.
Quick one. If there's any people that are Christian or might know the answer to this, is it true that there was no actual description of what Jesus looked like in the Bible? So there was no chance of actually knowing. And therefore, if he's from the Middle East, then why is he white?
Yeah, the white,
Sometimes
blonde hair, blue
blonde hair.
eyes just seems unlikely.
Just want to know the truth. Just want to know the truth. So, no. I've got no dog in this fight. I just want to know the truth.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't make them better or worse, does it? It's just we've been shown the wrong stuff, aren't we?
Just want to know the truth.
Oh dear.
Give me the truth.
Yeah, sure. Post-coital analysis. And sorry, actually, just to finish on it because Harry Gibbs was in that. Harry Gibbs wrote his song, didn't he? And we were like, woo, just slow it down.
Oh, yeah.
But we haven't had a update on the date that you were going to have. So could we please get an update on that?
Yeah, maybe he did the song and then saw it afterwards.
Yeah, I'd love to just get an update. Did you sing the song? How did it go down? The song, and
You know the answer.
and how did the date go as well? Post-coital analysis. So we were talking about Allardyce and Arteta and how they would make sweet, sweet love. And we asked, I think you asked Flav, didn't you? What's something that you could say? What's the best or worst thing that you could say straight after sex has come to a conclusion? And you got involved. First one, Dan Owen, simple. It's got to be very nice.
Very nice.
It's how you say very nice, isn't it? Because you go, very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, that's fucking cringe.
Very nice.
Very nice.
So, Harris Woodfin, one of the worst statements after sex. I'll tell you what, you're going to the top. I'll tell you what, you're going right to the top. The very top.
I'll tell you what, you.
Yeah, tell you what, you're going right to the top. Very top. Said whilst lying back with your arms behind your head, staring at the ceiling. You're going
Sailing,
right.
you said.
Yeah, no. And then
Got
it
it
go.
wrong.
There it did.
Well, don't expect everyone to be the very best they can.
Oh, mate, my spelling on Twitter has been an absolute disgrace this week. I can't type anything this week. It's mad. I mean, generally I can't type. Danny Lightfoot.
I saw this. I cracked up.
All right. Danny Lightfoot. It's an old joke, but the worst thing you can say after sex is, that'll do, pig. That'll do.
That'll do. That'll do, pig.
For those who don't know, that's from the film Babe. Pig. From the film Pig. Babe. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
That'll do, pig.
That is dangerous.
Never say that. Never say that.
Never say that.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Kieran Cousins, worst thing you can say after sex? Are you going to apologise for that? You going to apologise for that?
That's so funny.
Just that's it. That's it. I mean, I don't condone it, but it's quite a clever sort of. It's quite manipulative, isn't it? Like you've had this kind of high, and then you kind of. I don't like it. You steal the power, don't you? You kind of finish. You think, "Wow, that was amazing. That's great," and you go, "You gonna apologise for that?"
Yeah, of course.
It's a power grab. It's a power grab.
There was one instance where I came away from the experience and I was like, I've definitely come out the worst off here.
What?
I felt like I've been beaten up.
Oh, really?
It was fun, but it was also like I was sore.
Right. I had a mate. A mate got with one of our a girl from our school, but got with her like 5-6 years later. And we were like, how? Like, what was it like? How was it? And he went. He said he looked a bit sort of vulnerable, and he went. I was like, "What's what?" And he went. She was a bit choky. Choky. She's a bit choky. I think he's a more tender lover. Charlie A, one of the worst statements after sex. I was expecting a bit better when I was staring at you earlier. Staring at you earlier.
Staring at you.
6 likes on that, which is creepy.
Yeah.
6. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's so most people have just sort of seen that, chuckled, and gone past it. But 6 people have gone. six people are starers. Who are the starers? Reveal yourself in the comments, please. Because that's a tactic for some people in a club, isn't it? They just stare at the person until
it's too much.
Just
staring.
to make it clear.
A glance is all right. Staring.
Mm. At least let them know they've got pretty eyes.
Hey you, hey, you, yeah, you got pretty eyes.
Robbie Holmes, I imagine the worst thing you can say after sex is something along the lines of "well played," "good game," "good game." I was shaking their hand. Good game. No. Good game. Good luck with the rest of the season. Good luck with the rest of the season. I used to say that quite a lot. I would either say at the end of a game, I would say you say good luck with the rest of the season, or you go, or if they won and deserved it, you go, you deserve that. I always thought it was like worth saying that. Username: I normally find giving a girl a fist bump, or a handshake after sex, followed by cheers for that, bro, usually doesn't go down too great. And Chris Long, final one. Just checking in. Worst thing you can say post-sex is, wow, that was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Very good.
Fair play. We finish up with some mind-aching facts and a few comments on the Sonny situation. First of all, mind-aching facts. Now, last week we were talking about cards. You know, apparently there's more ways you can have a deck of cards than there is grains of sand.
Yeah.
F. Che Dave said, firstly, congrats on 100k. It's more than deserved. Thank you, mate. That's very kind. The shuffling of a deck of cards is a fact, what we said last week. Being a croupier, casino dealer. This is another one. This would be a good podcast, Flav.
I've done it.
I've done the croupier.
Yeah.
All right.
I did last year. I'm releasing all those podcasts soon.
Oh, good. I found weird facts on cards, like a standard deck of cards is based on the calendar. Did you know this? 4 suits, 4 seasons. Don't know which one's which. 52 cards for 52 weeks. All the cards added together make 365.
Ow.
And finally, every suit has 13 cards, which is based on God. The ace card being God, and the 12 months of the year.
That's cool. It doesn't explain how there are more variations in a deck of cards than there are grains of sand on this planet.
To be fair, someone else had it. I don't know if I can find it quickly or not. But someone did do it. They did all like the math. Here we go, got it. Carson Brault. The card sand thing is true. 52 cards in a deck means that there are 52 times 51 times 50 times 49 times 48 and so on. Different individual combinations of cards. 52 is such a big number, it's unimaginable. If you proper shuffle a deck, it is most likely the first time that exact order of cards has ever existed in human history. God, I can't believe I missed that.
That is fantastic.
That is mad, isn't it?
Also, don't agree.
No, you're not on
don't.
it. That's so funny. The one reply underneath, I just clicked on it. James Simonson. I'm not buying it.
I don't like it. That sounds fantastic, but more than the grains of rice, the grains of sand. I don't know. Just sounds a bit.
It's mind aching, isn't it?
It's a mind-aching fact,
That's
and
the
if
point.
it is a fact, I love to hear it. But I just think you're all lying.
Here's one. I don't know if you know the answer to this.
I do know the answer. I've said this on the podcast about 4 times. I know the answer. Thanks.
What, the sexual maturity one?
The Greenland shark, yeah.
Clearly, I phase out. Greenland sharks do not reach full sexual maturity until they're 150 years old. Still reckon they get there before Flav does.
That sounds fair. Didn't need to add that at the end.
I think it's a good line. It's funny.
No.
Mind-aching fact. In Australia, Just Eat trades by the name Menu Log. The Snoop Dogg promotional song is the same, but the lyrics are reworked with the local name. You think you know the world, and then my grip on the reality crumbled to dust and slipped through my hands. Did somebody say Menu Log? Menu Log. Me.
Do you ever use Just Eat? Because it's just a bit. It seems like it's like a scabby version of
Deliveroo. Yeah.
Or Uber Eats.
If I was getting myself a takeaway, I'd do Just Eat. But if I'm getting a takeaway with fam, we'll get Deliveroo.
What? So fam want some decent food where you'll just eat anything?
Yeah, it's like if say I was making dinner for God, I made dinner yesterday, so I was in a car crash. If I'm making dinner, like you've got to make an effort for it. But if I was just making myself some food, I would go, what have we got here? Right, tin or something. Put some cheese on it. Whilst it's in the microwave, have a bit of bread with butter on it. Like have a couple of crisps as well, and I'm full.
You just eat for the sake of eating rather than enjoying it as an experience. I'm exactly the same. If I'm not with other people, I just eat whatever makes me feel full.
Yeah, just eat whatever makes you happy. Don't worry about that. That's what. Yeah, let's not get into this. This one's from a mailbag, I think, which is available on Patreon if you join us. Join the other 251 people who are moisties, absolute legends. Devang Shah, mind-aching facts. You can't breathe and swallow at the same time. You are 100% likely to have a molecule of water in your glass of water. Oh, these are 2 different ones. So first of all, you can't breathe and swallow at the same time, which I think most people knew. And then second one, you are 100% likely to have a molecule of water in your glass of water that has passed through a dinosaur. Prove it.
Saying stuff.
What? I'm just saying stuff.
The people just saying stuff.
Just saying stuff.
Saying stuff. You think you got to gauge your lies just within the realms of something that's believable?
Yeah. Just to go back to the post-coital analysis thing, the one thing that did pop into my head, we've got quite a few people who are saying different things. I know this, this is a podcast of virgins. You made that very clear. Or there are suspicions of that. Of the people that wrote things to say after sex, how many of them do you think have had sex?
Well, I'll take them for their word and say all of them. Okay. But I also think that not all of those things have actually happened.
Yes. Okay. Fair. And finally, Flames advice. If anyone needs some Flames advice, I am going to just say. So someone, I won't say who, but someone messaged me on Patreon, really long thing, wanting Flames advice.
Yeah.
And then the next day there was another message that said, I was really drunk when I wrote that. Please don't read it out. So I'm not going to. Don't worry, you're fine. But it's so funny that's like just the idea of just someone absolutely steaming and going, do I love her? No, I do. I love her. I think I love her. I need some help from the boys. Love that. Love the idea of that.
And because he was pissed, it took him so long.
And I just think she's great. And so good. So last week, I think it was Harry Gibbs Potter or something like that. We need an update from you. But Jacob Buswell said this word of warning. He went, I wrote a song for my ex. I feel like there's a sigh after this full stop, so I'm just going to do it. I'd give it a good 6 months before you crack that one out. Not one for the first date. Yeah, I mean, it's a massive gamble, but I'm intrigued to see how it went. Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la. Oh, damn. Okay. I would like to hear, actually, romantic gestures, actually. But nice to know what the community's done. That's just like, has anyone done anything that's just proper cringe and it's either worked or not worked? I'd just love to know if there's any funny stories out there. Let us know. And the sunny update, we don't think we've got a sunny update. Let me just check. in case he's done it now, which I presume he hasn't. It's not that. No, no reply from as of yet. But Sonny, can we get a reply? The situation is currently that he said he hadn't. There was the girl. She wanted to dance with him. She was very clear that she liked him, but he didn't want to dance. He panicked a little bit. And he's now seen her. It's been 3 weeks. I've seen her a handful of times. And me and the boys have been up to the flat full of girls 3 or 4 times. But I don't know how I can show her I'm into her in a group setting. Help me, boys. And we've had some help from the Slugs. Final thing I will show you, actually, just after this, if I can, is the Rory on Twitch again, which is getting out of hand because it's just too funny. Anyway, William Armstrong. Feel for Sonny there. The natural instinct to avoid dancing is a hard one to overcome. Flav, any advice on that? First of all, if someone does ask you to dance,
yeah, just do it. It's pretty easy. Just to you don't got to fucking pull out some moves, do you? You just got to just at least move. It's not that hard to just move a little bit. But if you're steaming, shouldn't. Yeah, I used to have this thing where I used to take like MDMA at raves and stuff, and then I'd be acutely aware of my legs moving, and they would stop working.
Were they though? Were they though? Were you dancing? Is that how you're dancing? Were you dancing like?
No, I wasn't dancing like that. No one dances like that.
Well, no.
I was just like moving them, and then I was acutely aware that they were moving. It's like being aware that you're breathing. Breathing's like a completely natural,
involuntary thing.
But if you go manual breathing activated now, you're like, naked. You feel like you're having to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know what.
Just don't think about it. So, Sonny, if you do start dancing, don't think about your legs. Do not just to be clear. Don't think about your legs. Don't think about your legs. Don't think about your legs when you're dancing. Don't think about your legs. Ethan Shrapnel, Sonny, mate. If you want the ball, you have to show for it. Very simple.
True.
Owen Taylor, Sonny needs to set a hard cap on his drinks because you can't do shit if you're too sauced up. I think that's maybe a good shout as well. Because I think you've got to...
Yeah, but it's quite difficult when you're on a night out. So I better rein it in a little bit.
I want by the conclusion of this season, I want to see Sonny in love. Okay, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Tyler Norton. So maybe he's got to make some sacrifices. Tyler Norton. Sonny needs to get her in the clear and just say those magical words. You're like a woman to me. Nah.
I'd love to run you over.
There, don't say that. But I feel like we've got something here. Jack King, great comment. Starting to see Sonny as a bit of a Timo Werner character. All the attributes needed to succeed. He's already told us how much of a dreamboat he is, but just so out of form. Rounds the goalkeeper and scuffs it. He needs to... I think this is great. He needs to find a series they're both into. Brackets, Line of Duty. It's always a winner. And message inviting her round one night to watch it. This might sound forward, but if she's literally asking his mates if he'd get with her, she'll surely be up for it. If this was FPL, he'd be in my starting lineup regardless of recent form because the fixture is just so favourable. You've got this. Great stuff from Jack. I think that's genius. So next house party, start talking about, like, are you watching anything? Whatever she is watching, get into that. And then go, oh, how far along are you? Oh, do you want to watch it together? Genius. No?
It's genius. But yeah, it's fantastic. But I don't understand. She's like asked. He's aware that she fancies him. I don't understand what the problem is. You've got everything. The jeopardy generally is you're not quite sure whether or not they feel the same way. You know she does. So where's the jeopardy? Just send her a text saying, look, do you fancy pubs are open next week? April, should we go? Me and you go and get a pint in the beer garden.
It's back on, isn't it?
She'll go yes. Then you're there. It's done.
Game on, isn't it? Come on, Sonny. Come on, son.
Little hand shandy under the table.
Hand shandy. What's that?
5 knuckle shuffle, isn't it?
Right, I've got to show you this before we go because it's mental. So basically, and I don't know, Flav, I'll leave it to you in terms of when do we ask people to maybe call this a day? In terms of, because Rory's just getting, well, I'm just getting sent clips. Basically, on Twitch, Rory is, sorry, I'm trying to find the clip. Where is it? Go away.
Okay.
No. Rory on Twitch, that in the live streams, they keep getting. He keeps dealing with messages, basically. So, yesterday, this happened. Oh, Jim's officially lost the plot. I don't know what that is. That was funny. Right, here we go. Can you hear this?
Hold a spoon mean?
Yeah.
What? Hold a spoon.
Yeah, I'll
You
tell
know,
you.
What does hold a
18
spoon mean?
What?
Hold a spoon.
I don't know. Hold a spoon, Rory.
Hold a spoon.
Mate, is that to prove we're live or something like that sort of thing? Yeah. Someone here says Rory eats banana sandwiches.
That's strictly a lie.
Yeah, I've not had them this since I was about 5, I don't think.
No, it's a lie. I mean, I wouldn't dream of it. Look at the little dude coming off.
What are they doing over the kickoff now? Why are they doing this as opposed to?
So they do these ones in the week.
All right.
So yeah, it's getting ridiculous now. I think you know.
I mean, I don't think he minds. So I don't know. Have you spoke to him about this? Do you know it's coming from us?
I can't get. Well, he's spoken about this. I can't tell him. Right. So there's this joke and that joke and this. I can't do it. It's mental.
All right. Well, just let it carry on. He doesn't mind. See, it's fucking viewers and. It's not Like's banana sandwich. He is a banana sandwich. That's.
He is a banana sandwich. Okay, fine.
Roy Jennings is a banana sandwich.
Right.
All right, boys.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Pig.
Thank you very much for your time,
No worries.
Flav. Thank you to all the patrons. The mailbags was fun this week. We went through some of the old Ball Street videos. So if you do want to become a patron, please do get involved. Join the community. 250 people. It's absolutely amazing. So thank you everyone who has signed up over the last few weeks. It's been amazing. Of course, the OGs as well. Absolute heroes. And Flav, final words from you? Anything?
No. Have a lovely week. Don't do anything mental. We're getting close to the end of lockdown. So we're going to be free very soon, and dicks out.
Yeah. Join us on. Go into the description now, actually, guys, as well. So 2 things. You got the link for the merch if you do want a Slug Life, whatever. But more importantly, who knows wins. Get involved, guys. Support the podcast that way. That's absolutely huge for us over these next 4 weeks, and come have some fun. We had 96 last week. Can we get 250? Can we get to 250 mark? That would be glorious if we could do it. Have a great weekend. We'll see you all soon.